Oh, there we go.
Okay, so I wanted to talk a little bit about some masks that I made some years back because I'm going to hang them on the wall and they're never going to come off the wall again. So um, four of four of them, four of them are kami masks, Japanese nature spirit masks. Um, One of them is a mask that I did for an art exhibit, sort of unrelated, and another two are masks that I did for theatrical production. They're animals, so let's go through them. I want to go through the how they were made in the first place, and then the ideas behind them. So this was made paper mache, Elmer's glue, and newspaper, painted black, spray painted. And some hot glue, which is coming apart. Plastic in the eyes. There's a little bit of mesh in there in the grill. But, and on the back, spray painted a dollar sign. So this is the totalitarian capitalist state, mask. So again, for an art exhibit, sort of unrelated to the others. So this is probably my favorite of the kami series. Let me go to my notes for a sec. The inspiration behind this series was I wanted to do a set of masks. I wasn't sure whether they would be used in theater presentation, but I wanted to at least create them to sort of as art objects. So they are wearable though. Each one kind of has, or most of them, have a little bit of mesh on the inside to fit the actor's head so it can really move around. This one is the wood mask. It's meant to represent Aboriginal African cultures. And a part of each of these kami masks is that it's meant to symbolize man's control over nature for his own purposes. So these are sort of man-like embodiments of natural forces. So the braids, I actually did sit up all night braiding this thing's hair, and then I sewed those braids into the mask, which was also made through paper mache. But this, because I needed a wood texture, has a little bit of DAP plaster, like liquid plaster on it. But the rest is all paper mache. This is just regular twine that I got at the 99-cent store. This is little trees that you can buy at railroad enthusiast stores, like a toy store, where you could buy model railroad stuff. And I guess this is just some wire, and it's all painted with tempera and stuff. The next one is, to see if I got it all right. Oh, it's also meant to symbolize previous sort of manifestations of nature mythology, like Ents, like the Ents from Lord of the Rings. Fire. The fire mask is Japanese. They're not in any particular cultural significance per se. I just wanted to do recognizable world cultures. So there's a helmet to this, which makes it really cumbersome. I'll get back to that in a second. There's a mask to it, which is actually the first one. This was the Oni mask I wanted to create. I didn't know anything about kami yet at that point, so I was going with the Oni masks that I had seen on samurai armor in the Metropolitan Museum. This one has EL, or electroluminescent wire, embedded in it, so that when this gets plugged in, the whole face lights up. Well, sorry, these lines light up, and it's ultimately, I would love to have it hooked up to some sort of a voice monitor, so that when the actor spoke, the face would glow and pulse. That would be really great. Again, with the control of nature aspect, these were to be like slate shingles on a house. So these are like control of nature for man's own purposes. This is sort of like an asphalt texture. This one is water, and it's got nautical and fishing metaphors to it. There's like an interior piece. Again, this has got some nylon mesh in it so that it really moves with the actor. And it's got these sort of fishing metaphors. The conch, are these conch shells? What are those? Not conch. Those are the big ones. What are those called?
I can't see.
I can't remember.
Seashells.
Yeah, they're little seashells. Anyway, so this was, I actually wove this net, this fishing net, this green fishing net, which is like, it's reminiscent of the, scale mail and chain mail armor that a Viking might use. And the grommets and leather strips are a little more akin to what a Viking might use. So here's the Viking helmet. This is symbolic of a prow maiden, the carved women that used to be on the prow of Viking ships, early sailing ships. Really weather beaten, and sort of all of these are really meant to be sort of a little bit scary because kami they're not of this world. They're like a typhoon or something that you can't really control it. You just have to sort of respect it as a force of nature. So they're a little frightening. The wings are more like fish fins than bird's wings or horns that you might see on a Viking helmet. And on the back here, there's a clamshell. As on the front, you can see there's this sort of golden seaweed metaphor, and the fish fin along the top. And again, the dorsal fins on the side and the clam on the back.
Show the Japanese one with the mask, the glowing mask, in the hat.
Oh, sure.
What it all looks like.
I see. So, ultimately, I think I probably, if these were used in performance, I probably would have had to create some sort of a harness for the head so that the everything sat correctly in the right place. But that's kind of how it was supposed to be. And there would be a battery pack up in here so that the actor wouldn't have to be encumbered, with a wire down its back.
Right.
See, look at that. I'm already a proper director, calling actors it. It stands there. All right.
We're used to it.
So this obviously is in disrepair. These masks have been in storage, and this one needs a little bit of work before I put it on the wall. But this is air, and I wanted to do Persian and Middle Eastern style for this one. The inside is made like a traditional balsa wood airplane, with the joists being bound by paper. I guess you could do twine or something, but I wanted to make it all sort of uniform construction. On the side of this one will be painted sort of Egyptian or Persian eyes in black. So almost like one might decorate the wing of an airplane with a painting or a symbol. It would be along the side here. So I guess the mask would be worn something like that. This would be the face. I'm not sure how that would work out, but so that's all four of those. And this is man controlling air for flight. So those are the four kami masks. And these are the two animal masks. This one was for a stage presentation by students at the Harlem Day Charter School of a book called Why Mosquitoes Buzz in People's Ears. It's like a hat, mostly. I had to sort of make it one size fits all, but this is sort of my head. I doubt any child has.
Fashion it again.
Sure, well, fashion it. I mean, it could be worn a little further down, but it was really, I wanted to see the kids' faces. I wanted the audience to see the kids' faces. So, in some of them I kind of...
Wiki Jesus just brings out the eyes of the lamb.
Oh, that's right, that's funny. It's this flock of Wookiee Jesus.
Yeah.
Father, Son, and Hairy Spirit. Speaking of hairy spirits,
Hey, good
Waka,
segue.
here is Monkey. And
Monkey.
even though I know I said that I wanted to show the kids' faces, but I couldn't resist this one. This was, this actually goes on the face. And I did make it a little bit smaller. I can't actually get it on my own face, but the kids really love this one. So I wanted it to be sort of like a mountain monkey, like a baboon, more with an orange face, and because I was really into this thing, Arctic monkeys. I thought they were really cool looking. So Monkey turned out to be an Arctic monkey. This is again, these are all paper mache, made from recycled cardboard and newspaper. Elmer's glue for the paper mache, and then for some of them, like this one, I put a little bit of spackle on. That's what it's called, spackle. This obviously, you know, the texture on this and this, and obviously the wood texture on the wood mask were all done with dab as well. So I guess that's it. I mean, I'm gonna because these were all made for an average adult head. They actually fit my head. So I want to just cut and put them on individually, and show you kind of what they look like on. So.
And if you could make a series of masks now, like you did with the Connie, what do you think you'd do? You didn't know there's an interview part of this, did you?
Yeah. No, I didn't realize. I guess I would like Greek muses. I like the idea of Greek muses. You know, the chorus that's in the play, but that speaks for the audience.
Yeah.
Or that you know, wonders for asks for the audience, asks questions, and how those might be represented.
That's cute.
That would be cool.
Thank you, Jake Thomas.
Thank you so much.
And what is your website?
JakeThomasCreative.com.